Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be talking about all the factors why I believe Liverpool have failed this season to live up to expectations and actually defend the title. Like, many pundits right now are questioning, is this the end of Liverpool? Because we've already won the Champions League, we've already won the Premier League. Is there motivation within this side? Or even some players even good enough like Firmino to carry on playing for Liverpool FC? Do we still need bigger signings next summer to compete with the likes of Man City next season? All these questions are up in the air right now, but I'm just going to give you the reasons why I think Liverpool have failed this season to be even close to where they were last season. But before going into this video, remember guys, remember to like, comment and hit that big subscribe button right there. And make sure you give me your own opinion on why Liverpool have failed this season to live up to those expectations. So the way I'm going to judge this, I'm just going to hand out percentages of who I think is to blame for the failure of Liverpool this season. So the first factor is the manager, Jurgen Klopp. I am going to assign him with 15% of the blame. But before I head into the blame game, let me give this guy his flowers. He won us the Champions League 2 years ago, remarkably helping us win our 6th Champions League in history. He won us the Premier League, our first Premier League in 30 years. This man has broken history and records, and I absolutely love him, and I'm never going to turn against this man. But this season, he has not lived up to expectations. The passion, the charisma, all the energy he's supposed to have, it has literally just gone away this season. He's literally making up excuses, bringing up teams which we weren't even playing that game, bringing up Gunnar Solsjekar's Man United about how they get penalties every single game. And maybe that is true, but I don't want the attention to be on other teams. It has to be on our players and about how poor they've performed this season. Even bringing up Pep Guardiola's Man City and about how they've had an extended break due to COVID. I don't care about these other teams. I care about the players. Jurgen Klopp is responsible for the heart, the passion, the desire the players have had for the last 2 to 3 years, having the high press intensity. And because he doesn't have that passion on the touchline anymore, because he doesn't have that passion, the charisma, the energy in those interviews, you're seeing it with the way our players are playing this season. They're so lackluster, they're lethargic, they're not moving the ball with pace, and that's reflective of your personality and your character, Jurgen Klopp. And I don't know if he's just resting on his laurels, knowing that he's already broken Liverpool history and he's going to be regarded as one of the greatest managers who's stepped into Liverpool FC history. Maybe that's it, but that's even more of a reason to bring the pressure, to bring the determination back into the hearts of our players. They know this as well, and that's why you need to get into their faces in training, on the touchline, shouting at them, knowing that they're not playing with passion, knowing that they're not playing football fast enough, knowing that you need to get into their heads, knowing that if the fans were in that stadium, they'll be roaring us on. But like I said, the bitterness and the excuses has let our players off the hook, and that's why they don't feel any pressure, because they're probably thinking, yes, there's other reasons like VAR, we don't get the decisions, and yes, we don't, but who cares? We still aren't going to be rewarded at the end of the season. Oh yeah, here's a tally of all the points you lost due to VAR. The game doesn't work like that. So we have to step up in the future, and Jurgen Klopp, you have to get in the faces of the players, like I said. I don't know how it ended in Dortmund, but man, he had 2 years of success there, winning back-to-back Bundesligas, but in his last season, he was finishing 9th. I'm not going to say he's a mercenary like Mourinho, but is Jurgen Klopp going to be able to turn it around? Because I haven't seen him turn something around in his career as a manager yet. But I still believe in him, and hopefully he reignites his spark next season. So the second reason why I think Liverpool have been bad this season is because of the board, and I'm only going to reward them 15%. And I have to say right at the beginning, I can't give them anything more, because at the beginning of the season, I was a happy Liverpool fan. We signed Thiago, one of the best midfielders in the world, and in my opinion, second to Kevin De Bruyne. We signed Thiago Jota, who set the season alight, he was literally the runaway favourite for signing of the season. The way he was winning us game after game against Sheffield United, against West Ham, etc, etc. He was doing it on his ones when the front three weren't performing. So I can't even complain there. However, looking back at it, yes, hindsight is 20/20 and it's a beautiful scene to look at. But we only had 3 senior centre-backs at our club, because we had Dejan Lovren goal, and we only had Joe Gomez, we only had Van Dijk, and we had Matip. All 3 of them are out. So they needed to do something in terms of the summer period, identifying that, knowing that it's not going to be likely that all 3 were going to be injured, but we needed to have some sort of backup plan just in case this happened. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to blame the board that much in the sense of knowing and identifying that maybe 3 senior centre-backs will all be injured this season. However, the fact that Joe Gomez and Van Dijk got injured so early on in the season, they should have identified this so quickly that when January comes, they are prepared to sign a decent quality centre-back. And I know they made 2 centre-back signings in Davies and Kabak, yeah? I know I identified that, and thank God we do need bodies. However, Davies came from Preston, a League One side. He's making not just 1 jump, he's making 2 jumps to the Premier League, and maybe he might be playing in the Champions League. Who knows? And this guy Kabak is coming from Schalke, who are bottom of the Bundesliga, who just signed Mustafi and Kolasinac. That says a lot. So I don't even know if he's going to be that great this season. And they've been signed for 2 or 3 weeks or so already, and I have not seen them feature in the side just of yet. So are they really going to be that good to replace our midfield players like Fabinho and Henderson, who still appear to be playing as centre-back right now? And even the strike force, we still have Divock Origi playing at Liverpool. And that's when you know that's a problem. They have lived off the hype of Divock Origi, and that's why they made no signings this season. They knew that Divock Origi is literally a hero at Liverpool, scoring those beautiful goals against Tottenham, against Barcelona in the Champions League run. But we all know Divock Origi should not be playing for Liverpool. He is not even good enough to be playing for any other Premier League side as a starter striker. And if we compared our secondary striker to other teams, if you looked at Chelsea with Giroud, if you looked at Man United with Cavani, they have quality as a backup striker. We don't even have that. And we've had this problem for years. So why the board haven't identified that? Yes, we signed Diego Jota, but we need more. So the third factor I'm going to be blaming is the players. And they've irritated me so much this season. They've rested on their laurels because they know they create history. And what can I say? Maybe I would have done the same. However, you're playing for Liverpool FC, one of the biggest clubs in the world, and you have to be competing week in, week out. Like I said earlier, it feels like they have that entitled feeling, and that's why they pass the ball sideways. They move it lethargic. They move around the pitch lethargic. They can't even do anything, even against the smaller teams. Like, they do not have the mentality they had last year where they wanted to win week in, week out. And the thing is, I don't want people to think here that we've been poor for the last month or 2. We have been poor all season, and that's a fact. Diego Jota has literally papered over so many cracks at the beginning of the season, scoring winner after winner against Sheffield United, against West Ham, and literally making it seem like Liverpool's doing so well this season. But ever since his injury, where have we been? We have been pathetic. The way we move the ball is so slow. And I thought the problem was Henderson and Jones because they're not very gifted in terms of compared to people like Shaqiri and Thiago. But even when they came, we're moving the ball with no confidence. Even the front three, Mane, Firmino, Salah. Salah has been good this season. Let me not even attack him because people do love attacking him. Let me separate him in his own category, yeah? But especially Mane and Firmino, the way the link-up play, the 1-2s, the first touch, the way to get into between the lines, it has not been effective all season, and they need to take some responsibility for this. And I don't want to single anyone out here, but I'm going to do it anyway. I can't even lie. Trent, absolutely love Trent, yeah? Oh my God, he's going to be one of the greatest right backs. No, scrap that. He is going to be the greatest right back the Premier League has ever seen. I've said this in the past, and I'm saying it yet again. The things he can do going forward, most midfielders in the league can't even do that. But I have to call him out. He's one of my favourite players. I have to do it. Defensively, he is absolutely atrocious. There's one thing getting rich by Raheem Sterling, one of the best wingers in the world. But it's another thing getting rich by O'Neill from Burnley. It's another thing getting rich by Lockman from Fulham. These things can't be happening on a weekly basis. It's like you do not know how to defend. The goal you conceded against Raheem Sterling, the penalty I mean, what were you doing? Show him down the line. That's the first duty as a right back. But what did you do? You showed him inside and got Fabinho in trouble. It's like you switch off defensively on set pieces that go against Southampton. You just switched off. It's like you have no defensive awareness. Even Mane. Absolutely love Mane. And he's been hiding behind this nice guy persona, which is very true. He is a nice guy. But if this was Mohamed Salah, if he wasn't scoring the goals, 7 goals in 22 games, do you think Liverpool fans, do you think fans in general would let Mohamed Salah off the hook? People are not even letting Mohamed Salah off the hook right now when he's proven he's one of the greatest wingers in Premier League history. Mane, you have to be doing better. There's no confidence. You're getting locked up by all these right backs. Aurier, even though he won that game, literally had you in his pocket. Burnley, defender, had you in his pocket. We have not been performing consistently this season. There's no link-up play. There's no fluidity in our attack. There's absolutely nothing you're doing this season. And Mane is not even a stats guy, so I'm not even again talking about stats. But he has presence, he has impact on the team, and you can feel when he has had a man of the match performance. His game's not built off these numbers. But even then, I don't see him in the game at all. Plays like Robertson, the levels he used to have a 7 or 8 out of 10 every single game, even his energy levels have dropped, man. He's usually the guy who'd fly into a tackle, get the team ready for the game. Haven't been seeing this from Robertson. Even flying down the wing, creating chance after chance. His deliveries have been poor this season. Firmino, in that false 9 role, hasn't been great this season. Hasn't been great. We have to see how it is, and these players have to step up. I don't know if it's a mentality thing, or I don't know if some of these guys are kind of getting past their best. I'm going to say it's a mentality thing because in instance, they show it. Against Leicester, against Wolves, against Crystal Palace. They show their brilliance, but in other games they've just been poor. They don't move the ball fast enough. So the biggest reason why I think Liverpool have not been performing this season, I'm going to just sound like a Liverpool apologist. I'm going to sound like I'm crying and making excuses, but these are facts. Facts are a true reflection of events that have transpired in the past. And I'm just going to say how it is. Injuries, 40%. Has to be injuries. Virgil van Dijk is the greatest centre-back in the world right now in football, and we do not have him at our disposal. And I know you guys are probably thinking, defensively, that's not an issue. We actually haven't been conceding that many goals, especially after that game against Aston Villa. But the things he does in terms of going forward, the way he pings those 70 to 80-yard balls to Mane and Mohamed Salah to get those easy chances, because our midfielders don't do that. He's literally our quarterback of our team. He literally sprays the ball and gives them easy through balls. And we do not have that luxury. We don't have that luxury anymore. And because he's missing, and because our other defenders are missing, like Gomez and Matip are missing this season, Henderson and Fabinho, our two best midfielders in our team right now, have to play centre-back. So it's literally ruining the whole flow of the team because players are playing out of position and we don't have our best players in the certain positions we need them in. And not only what he can do on the ball, the confidence and the presence Van Dijk has on our side. It literally allows Trent and Robertson to fly forward. They do not have a care in the world because they know they have the best centre-back in the world at the back. Like I remember this one point in the Man City game, Mane on the other wing were telling Trent to run forward and Trent looked hesitant like, oh, Sterling's behind. Imagine if Van Dijk was there. He would have the confidence to fly forward. But he doesn't have the confidence to fly forward because we don't have our best centre-back at our team in this moment of time. Even players like Thiago Jota, he was literally keeping us afloat this season, scoring those all-important goals at the beginning, and he was literally bringing competition to our side. Now players are looking like lackluster, they're looking complacent, knowing that they're not going to be subbed off. For who? For Origi. Who's going to sub Mane and Salah for Origi? No one's going to do that. But Thiago Jota was making Firmino step up game after game, knowing that if he didn't perform well, his place was going to be taken. We no longer have this competition within our side. And even in a general sense, man, it ruins the whole fluidity of the team of picking the same starting 11 week in, week out. One game, Keita will have a superb game. Next thing you know, he's injured. Next thing you know, Thiago comes back, then he has an injury against Everton. We wait 3 months for him, and now he's just trying to find his form right now. Even players like James Milner comes in, gets injured again for a month in the hamstring injury. Like, these things, we can't even catch a break for our club. So that's why I think these are the main reasons why we have not been performing good this season.